Kayla and welcome back to my channel. Today we have Kamryn here again, and we are not going to taste pumpkin food today. Today we are going to do a new series that's going to be happening on both of our channels, which is our Dancing with the Stars recap. We love Dancing with the Stars a lot, and so we decided rather like suddenly we are vlogging. Today is Monday, the 21st of September. Normally there would be an episode of Dancing with the Stars on tonight, but it's on tomorrow night, so we have time to do the first week's episode before tomorrow night's episode airs. So we decided we're gonna do it. We're going to go through, talk through the dances, what we remember about them, how we think that person's gonna do, what we think about the partnership, and then we'll review the dances as the weeks go on. But we're going to alternate weeks of which channel it's on. So you are here on StyledByKaylaXO today. That's my channel. I'm Kayla. If you're new to this world, hello, I'm Kayla. Please click subscribe. I'd love to keep you around. This is my little sister Kamryn. She is just Kamryn Littleton, yes. Right? Kamryn Littleton. That's how it's spelled, on YouTube, and she posts videos about her nursing school adventures and other stuff, like this Dancing with Stars video. So, week 1 on my channel, week 2 on her channel, and I'll link as we put them up underneath this video so that you can get to the correct one if you are catching up and you see this video version like, hey, what about week 3? Week 3 will be back here, but you get the gist. So, week 1, Dancing with the Stars, we knew the celebrities beforehand. Which celebrity were you most excited about going into it?
Most excited about?
Mm-hmm.
I was really excited about Carole Baskin. Okay, so I watched Tiger King.
I have not watched Tiger King, just for reference.
Me and my best friend watched it, and I thought it was hilarious, which I know it wasn't really supposed to be funny, but anyways, so like Carole Baskin's just like, she's weird, she's quirky, and I thought it was gonna be very fun, and I'm always
quirky and maybe committed a murder?
Maybe, we're not sure. Anyways, and I always like watching the people who we know aren't gonna do well, and I know that sounds mean, but like, it's just fun, and even like, it's just fun. So that's what I was most excited about. Who were you most excited about?
So I had 2. So the first one I was most excited about is the first one that was announced. I was watching The Bachelor GOAT for my girl Kaitlyn Bristowe, and they told her live on the GOAT episode that she was gonna be on Dancing with the Stars. She freaked out. It was beautiful. I love Kaitlyn Bristowe with my whole soul. She's my favorite person from the Bachelor franchise ever. I buy her scrunchies, I buy her wine, I just love her. So anyway, Kaitlyn Bristowe, #1. And then they did some emoji clues on their Instagram, and I guessed one of them, and I was like, there's no way I'm right. And I was right. And that one that I guessed was Nelly, aka Swivel. I love Nelly. I was so excited to see that he was gonna be on Dancing with the Stars because it made no sense. Like, I don't know how many rappers have actually been on Dancing with the Stars. How many hip hop artists have actually done Dancing with the Stars? It's not very many.
Mm-hmm.
And it just wasn't something I expected Nelly to do, and I freaked out when I saw that Nelly was gonna Dance with the Stars. Okay, so before the show aired, we kind of had some predictions of who we thought partners would be. Some of them were spoiled, like Gleb and Christelle were spoiled. That was spoiled for me. I knew that they were partners. I had heard rumors about Sky and Alan, but I wasn't sure. But that was really it. I hadn't heard any rumors beforehand. But hopes and dreams, I really hoped that Kaitlyn would have Artem. I really hoped that Britt would have someone good. I just didn't know who. I kind of hope Britt would have Jesse Metcalf, honestly. But I didn't really make a ton of predictions. Like, I knew I really hoped that Kaitlyn would have Artem, and that I hoped that Britt and Daniella, but mostly Britt, would get good celebrities for their first pro seasons. We've kind of seen a bit of a habit where sometimes our black pros don't get the great first partner from their first season, so I was a little bit like, okay, Britt, please get a good one. And I think she did. I think Britt did, but we're not there yet. So, did you have any hopes, dreams, desires?
Yes. I had a feeling and a hope that Monica Aldama from Cheer was gonna have Val, just because I just felt like it. I don't know why, but I was like, I feel like this would be a good pair. So that was like the big one, and then with Kaitlyn, I was hoping it was either Alan or Artem. So those were my two predictions.
Because we had a discussion about predictions during the episode. We had a prediction of why I didn't think that Kaitlyn would have Alan, because Kaitlyn, I think there's two ways it could have gone, right? They could have paired Kaitlyn with Alan because another Bachelorette back-to-back, that would have been funny. However, Kaitlyn was one from the beginning that people thought had a chance of winning before they even saw her dance. So I don't think they would give Alan another Bachelorette that could win the next season.
Right.
So that was why I was like, I don't think that one's gonna happen, because Kaitlyn actually has a chance of winning. We'll get to that later. But that was why I was like pretty sure Kaitlyn and Alan were not a partnership. Right. Because I don't think if Kaitlyn was not going to do good, absolutely they would have given her to Alan, like absolutely, because they would have wanted, oh, Bachelorette's back to back, ha ha ha. But yeah. So, start of the night. We started the night strong with one of the second or third leaks of who was gonna be on the show. Maybe the second leak?
Second.
It was the second leak, and that is AJ from the Backstreet Boys, which makes my heart happy. And did we have any guesses for who AJ was paired with?
I think at one point I guessed Jenna.
Yeah, but I didn't really have any idea, and I did not expect what happened at all. So it's AJ and Cheryl, who they now have a podcast together, which I have not listened to yet, but I will. And so AJ and Cheryl started off the night with a jive to Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. I liked it. It was
a great dance to start the night off.
So here's the thing. AJ is a boy bander, he's in the Backstreet Boys. We kind of guessed that he'd be able to dance. But I didn't know how well that would translate to the ballroom, because it's kind of like hit or miss with people who have dance experience, how it translates.
Right.
Like, I guess we probably could have guessed that Nick Carter did well, so maybe AJ would. So maybe the way the Backstreet Boys were trained in dance. I don't know. But I think he's gonna be my new favorite Backstreet Boy on Dancing with the Stars. Like I was always a Nick girl, don't get me wrong. I loved the Carter brothers. But I think AJ might overcome Nick for my favorite Backstreet Boy to be on Dancing with the Stars.
I was definitely impressed with his jive, because that's a lot of fast footwork, and they were the only couple that did a jive the first night. And he did really well keeping up with Cheryl, and he was pretty good on his timing. There were a couple moments where it like slipped a little bit, but for the most part, with that fast footwork, he did really well.
Yeah. So then we had Christelle Stowe, who was married to Justin Hartley, is an actress, and is a realtor now. She's done a lot of things. And she was partnered with Gleb, which we knew, and we love Gleb. Gleb is one of my favorite pros. I love Gleb so much.
Side note, me and Gleb have the same birthday.
It's true. I love Gleb. I'm just obsessed with him. It's fine. Oh, we didn't talk about AJ and Cheryl's scores. They got an 18, 3 6s, which I feel like was like a really positive score to start the night.
Yeah.
Back to Christelle and Gleb. They did a tango to the weirdest song choice for a tango. Yeah. Raise Your Glass by Pink, which is like not what I would expect for a tango, but they had fun. She wasn't the best. I feel like there was a stumble, and that's why her scores were so low. Because it didn't look that bad, you know?
I have rewatched this.
Okay.
Because we follow a Dancing with the Stars live tweet person. And so before we had even seen the episode, we were catching up to see who got with who, right?
Because we wanted to know the partners, because we couldn't wait until 8 p.m.
They had said that things didn't go well for Christelle. So we kind of thought, you know, maybe they were, and she had got a pretty low score.
Right.
And so we had thought, okay, something must have happened. There must have been a slip up, a fall, something. I have watched the dance probably like 3 times by now. I cannot find a spot where there was like a blatant mess up. And like, I haven't rewatched like the panel and what the judges said, but like watching the dance, I can't find anything that's like wrong with it. So I'm definitely not sure.
So yeah, I don't know what really happened, but I like them as a partnership. I need to go to the Dancing with the Stars Instagram so we can talk about fashion too.
Yes.
But yeah, I like them as a partnership. I'm excited to see what they'll do. I hope that she improves. Yeah, any other thoughts on?
I mean, I think next week, or technically this week, will go better than last week for her.
For sure.
Their scores, they got a 13, they got a 4, and they got 4s from Bruno and Carrie-Anne, and then Derek gave them a 5. So.
I mean, she looked beautiful. I'll insert a picture here of the gold dress.
Beautiful.
Like, stunning gold dress.
Her hair was awesome.
yeah, so I love Dancing with Stars fashion. That's something you will quickly learn about me. I get obsessed about the outfits. But yeah, so I mean, I don't think they'll last long, but yeah.
All right, so the next couple was Vernon Davis and Peta.
Another beautiful outfit.
Another
Sorry.
beautiful. We'll get to
We're not
that.
there yet.
But yeah, so Vernon is a football player, and I kind of thought that he would get paired with Peta.
No, you thought Sharna.
Sharna.
You thought
okay.
he would be a Sharna, and then we were like, okay, but if it's not Sharna, it'll be Emma or Peta.
Exactly. Those are like the kind of ones that when
Always
I think of
get
like the
football players.
athletes, yeah, that's
If
kind of where I
Cheryl
go.
didn't get, because we already knew Cheryl had AJ, because Cheryl also tends to often get
Cheryl
football
gets a
players.
lot of athletes. But anyways, they did a beautiful foxtrot to All of Me by John Legend. And it was just super beautiful. And they got, I mean, they did pretty good. They got a 17.
Not bad. And
Yeah.
they were stunning
In purple.
In purple. They seemed to get along really well so far. Like, I'm always looking at like what the partnerships are like. And I like them. I always love watching Peta dance. I wish that Max would come back. I want the whole Smirkovsky family to be on one season together, because they've never had a season all together. Because the only season that Max has been on with Jenna was the season Peta took off. So there's never been a time where the Smirkovsky brothers and their wives have both been on, and I want
That would be great.
So Max needs to come out of retirement is what we're saying. Next one of our favorite pros, Keo Motsepe.
Yes.
One of our favorite pros.
I love Keo.
And Haish, who is really entertaining.
Yeah.
She is just like joyful.
She kept calling, what did she call Keo?
King Keo.
King Keo.
And like kept bowing down to him. It was like wonderful. She's obsessed with him, as she should be. Keo is incredible.
Yeah.
They looked like disco balls in like just holographic, shiny outfits.
She had this like faux hawk moment going on with her hair.
Yeah, they did a cha-cha to Don't Start Now, I Dua Lipa, which is a great song.
Yeah.
And they just had fun. They got another 18, so doing okay. And I think this is gonna be a good season for Keo and Anne. I don't know how far they'll make it, but I think it's gonna be okay. Another pro who I was curious to see how this is only their second season?
Third. I
Third.
think this is
third season. Is interested to see who they'd be paired with, and that is Brandon. And Brandon got paired with Jeannie Mai, who is also just like a ball of energy.
Oh, so energetic.
And they were in neon green, which was perfect for their energy, but also his shirt was in a fabric that the color could not possibly match his pants, and it drove me crazy. Which I know has nothing to do with their dancing, but whatever. They did a salsa to Tell It to My Heart, and I think it went pretty well.
Yeah.
I think she's still a little hesitant, but it's the first week.
Tell she was having fun.
Yeah. You have to introduce the next ones because I'm mad at them.
Okay, so our next star is Jesse Metcalf, also
of my
known
life.
as John Tucker. I love him. And Kayla is mad because she came up with a great team name. She was like, okay, there's the movie John Tucker Must Die. He's on Dancing with the Stars. John Tucker Must Dance. It makes sense. It's a great team name. Super clever. I loved it. Well, he was paired with Sharna Burgess.
Which I love the pairing.
Oh, great pairing. They're
Sorry,
awesome.
I'm not talking about. So mad.
Their team name is All In, which I don't know where it came from. Normally they have like clever team names,
And
like
there's
we'll
so many
talk
good
about
ones.
some later. But it just made us mad.
I was like, you can't, you missed an opportunity.
Anyways, the two of them danced A Quick Step to Part-Time Lover by Stevie Wonder. And I thought it was pretty well done.
My favorite thing is that he came in full knowledge. He had clearly researched all of the pros, and so he would know who his partner is. He walked in, she was like so excited because she obviously knew who he was, and he was like so excited, and she's like, you know who I am? And he was like, yes, you did some spicy dances with Nick Carter. And I was like, oh my God. So he did his research. He was ready to go. I think he's gonna go far. I think he's one of the guys who was strongest, even if they didn't score that way. I think he's started off as one of the strongest guys. Also, they wore awesome houndstooth outfits.
Oh my God, I loved it.
Again, photos in between our heads when we freak out about fashion.
So good.
So good.
They got an 18, so fourth couple to get an 18.
Like 17 couples got 18.
Like most of them got 18s. But it was pretty good.
Yeah. And I just love him, but I'm still angry because he missed an opportunity there. Next up was our dude Alan, the reigning champ. We love Alan, and his partner is Sky, who is fabulous. She is the Disney Channel star of this season.
Yes.
She is tiny. She is so tiny. I didn't realize how tiny she was, but then I also didn't realize that Alan was 6 feet.
Yes.
I did not realize how tall Alan was.
We thought she was smaller than she is. She's only 5'2".
Yeah.
But Alan is a giant.
Yeah, I really thought like she must be like 4'11", and then we looked it up, and Alan's 6 feet tall, and I was like, Alan's 6 feet tall, really? So that was a topic of discussion that night for us. But they did a tango to super bass and received the highest score of the night, 21, 3 7s. She is a little ball of energy. I'm really excited to see what happens. She was really excited about Alan.
She did a split in her first dance.
A split in her first dance. That's my favorite thing when they get them to do splits in their first dances.
Yeah.
I just loved it.
It was great.
So that is Sky and Alan. Next up, my favorite moment of the night, my girl, my love of my life, my favorite bachelorette, the one, the only,
Kaitlyn Bristowe.
KB. We gotta love her. She's my favorite person ever. And she did get paired with Artem, and her reaction, because I had seen a video of her reaction to meeting her partner, and I was like,
we analyzed these reactions.
Kamryn, it has to be Artem. She had to have gotten Artem. It has to be Artem. And it was, and she was so excited, and they were so excited, and then Artem's fiance and former dance partner, Nikki Bella, was on Insta stories all night, like, with their son Mateo, like, we're so ready.
Oh, Mateo was wearing the cute, we need to put Mateo's outfit right here.
Mateo's outfit.
He was wearing the cutest little thing.
But anyway, she was like so excited, like, we're so excited for, you know, Daddy and his partner. And I was like, please say, she's like, we just love his partner so much. And I was like, has to be Kaitlyn, has to be Kaitlyn, has to be Kaitlyn. And it was Kaitlyn. They are team Will You Accept This Dance?
Yes.
Because, you know, we accept this rose. They did a cha-cha to Stupid Love by Lady Gaga, which Lady Gaga has retweeted and says she loved, and she cried. And then Kaitlyn retweeted saying, is it bad that I'm crying that you retweeted that you cried? And so it was awesome. She looked hot as hell.
Oh yeah.
Hot as hell. I love her. They have a really good energy. Watching them on Instagram since then, like, they really click. Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
All right, so next up.
Oh, and they scored a 20.
20, yes. So second half scored.
Carrie Ann gave them a 6, and it was because of, what was it because of?
What dance did they do? Cha-cha. So it wasn't a lift.
No, I don't remember what it was.
Carrie Ann was the lift police, let me tell you. She was, I mean, now they reinstated the whole lift rule.
Yeah. Which I think is stupid.
I think it is. We're on Dancing with the Stars. It's all a show. Like,
anyway.
come on. Anyways.
Next up, someone who I was really surprised to see on Dancing with the Stars as well, Neve Shulman from Catfish. We love Neve. Who doesn't love Neve? But I was surprised to see him on here. His partner is the beautiful and talented Jenna Johnson Schmirkovsky. We love her. And I was really excited about this pairing. I didn't guess it, because I really thought that Jenna was gonna end up with Nelly. Yeah. Like, the entire time I was like, Jenna's gonna be with Nelly. Jenna's gonna be with Nelly. It's gonna happen. Jenna's gonna be with Nelly.
I was convinced that Neve was gonna be with Britt.
Yes, that was one of the ones we were like, maybe. But they did a foxtrot to The Way You Look Tonight, and it was beautiful.
He is
also in this photo that they put on their Instagram.
Oh, it's most, beautiful.
Like they look like they just stepped out of like a 20s movie, like decadence, elegance. They scored a 20. Bruno gave them a 6, but I don't remember why Bruno scored them low.
I don't remember.
But 20.
Oh, I think it was he wasn't finishing all of his lines properly. I think he was kind of like stiff.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I remember why Carrie Ann scored Kaitlyn low. It was because she wasn't going down through her feet well enough. She was all pretty arms, because Kaitlyn was a dancer. So she had like beautiful ballet arms, but yeah. Anyway, back to Neve and Jenna. I really like them together. I think they're gonna go really far. Neve, I definitely was, I would say, the strongest guy of the night.
Oh, 100%.
I'd say Neve was the strongest of the night. Yeah. Next up, my girl Britt. I'm so excited. I love Britt. I'm so glad she's out of the troupe and on to being a pro. And her partner is, drum roll please, Johnny Weir. Oh my god, they were so much fun. They did a cha-cha buttons.
Okay, we need to talk about this. The intro to their dance, he had a leg straddled over like a bar. I loved it. They were wearing fabulous purple.
My God.
You need to put this picture up here. He had fishnet pants on with, I'm pretty sure he had a pussy bow shirt on. Like,
it was
amazing.
It was exactly what I expected from Johnny Weir.
Oh, yeah.
And Carrie Ann said the thing we were all thinking. We don't know why Johnny Weir has not been on the show before. It took them way too long.
Yes.
But it is great. Britt looked hot as well.
Yeah.
And they danced really well together. I'm really excited. They scored another one of the 18s of the night.
Yeah.
Next up, a surprise.
Yes.
That I was not expecting. Justine Machado, who is incredible. I love Justine Machado. She's an incredible actress. Funny as hell. Stunning. She got paired with Sasha, who is one of my favorites. I love Sasha. We love him. I want him to be my best friend. Sasha's one of those, like, I would want him to be my pro if I was on Dancing with the Stars, just because I want him to be my best friend.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there are other pros that I also would enjoy being partnered with for other reasons, but Sasha, yeah. I just want him to be my best friend. I want to, like, go to dinner at his and Emma's house and just, like, be their buddy. Anyway, he started Justine Machado. They did a Cha-Cha to Respect by Aretha Franklin. Tied for highest score of the night with Sky. 3 7s, 21 points. It was an incredible dance. They were also very sparkly, much like Keo and Ann. They have the cutest relationship. They're just both so bubbly and high energy.
Yes.
I think Justina's gonna go pretty far this season.
Oh, 100%. She's going definitely.
That was one I didn't expect.
No.
From the highest score of the night and one part of that couple to the lowest score of the night and the other half.
No, not lowest.
What?
Second lowest.
Second lowest. All right.
My favorite
second
couple.
Lowest and the other half of that couple, we have Emma
and Charles Oakley. Now, here's my favorite thing. He knows Dancing with the Stars.
He as well. He was prepared.
He's a ex-basketball player, super tall, super cute.
Inserting picture of him and Emma here together.
Right here.
The height difference.
Super cute. Walks into the studio, looks at his partner and goes, "Oh, Emma!"
Was ready to go, knew who she was just so just happy to see her. I like choked up a little. I was like,
it was so cute.
He's so excited. I mean, like, and he's an older dude. Like, I love the old retired athletes and how excited they get to meet their partners.
But they did a Salsa to Inda Club by 50 Cent. And I love watching it seems like a theme is older basketball players. You had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar a long time.
So like you have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who, I mean, bless his heart. He was much older too.
And much taller.
And much taller.
He was also much taller.
Back to your point about the basketball players.
Like every basketball player who's on there is always older. And so they're more stiff. They're also much more taller than their partners. But they always have the biggest smiles on their face and they always are putting it all in their dances. And just watching Charles and Emma do their dance, he was grinning ear to ear the whole time, but he was grooving.
Right.
Like he was getting into it. He was a little stiff and the height difference is a little bad. But like, he was having so much fun.
For sure.
But they got a 12.
Which honestly, not terrible for a first dance. Next we have the last of the Chmerkovskiy family, Val, paired with cheer head coach Monica Aldama.
So they did
and they are team Valdama.
Valdama, obviously. So they did a foxtrot to My Wish by Rascal Flatts.
Make me cry.
It was really pretty.
They did really well. They scored a 19. Derek's gave them a 7 when the others gave them 6s. Yeah, they did really well. She was excited for her partner. I kind of figured they would put Monica with somewhat of the like more well-known established pros, so it made sense that she was Val. Just based on her reaction, I was like, it had to be someone like she definitely would know, and that would be Val. He's one of the longer standing male pros, obviously. And
I think she would have gotten a 20, but I'm pretty sure Carrie Ann knocked her down because when they were doing a drag, her foot came up.
Yeah, it was Lift Police Carrie Ann. She wore a beautiful blue dress, and it was a great dance.
All right.
so excited.
This next one
made me scream.
We were so happy. So Daniella, it was her first season as a pro. Last season was her first season in the troupe.
And her husband Pasha was his first season as a pro.
So this was her first season as a pro. And we always, like, when we think about the pros' first seasons, they never, like, we don't think they get good people, right?
They never get good for their first season.
No.
Never. And with 2 new female pros this season, I was like,
they're definitely not going to get someone good, right? Wrong.
So wrong.
Daniella got paired with Nelly.
I freaked out. The second we saw that Charles was with Emma, we knew.
I mean, it was
because she was the last female pro. I lost it.
My favorite thing, their team name, which we kind of thought of before they like announced it.
Danelli.
Team Danelli.
Makes sense. Daniella, Nelly, Danelli. But I was so excited. The thing I loved the most about this was Nelly's excitement for being on the show. Like, he walked in the room, had no idea who Daniella was.
Yeah.
He didn't know who she was. She's new. No one knew who she was. Walked in the room, lit up, was so excited to meet her, was so excited to get started, so happy to be on Dancing with the Stars. That's something I really love about this season. It's kind of the theme of this season, is that the people who are on this season are genuinely excited to be there. There's no one who's there because it seems like they need to like reignite their fame, because every once in a while there's those kind of people,
right,
or people who their like agents convince them to do it and they're like, fine. This is all people who genuinely want to do Dancing with the Stars.
Well, going off of that, I mean, also in the time of COVID, like a lot of people aren't doing a lot right now.
Right.
Even though things are like, shows are starting to film again, there's stuff, but a lot of people aren't doing anything. So they really like, they just want to be there.
Yeah. So it's just the joy on all these people's faces, and it like the way they interact with their pros, and just that like it's just I expected this season to feel a little bit less like exciting because there's no audience and the fake sounds are so fake. And it just didn't feel, I expected it not to feel as like, I don't know, tight-knit and exciting as it does, but it feels even more so, I think, because everyone there is so genuinely excited to be there. Yes. And so Nelly was one of the big examples of that. He just is so excited. I love watching him and Daniella's stories on Instagram now.
The stories are awesome.
Ready. They danced a salsa to his song, Ride With Me. And when she told him that, he was like, how are we gonna salsa to my song?
They did it,
and it
was good.
The biggest critique with him was that he wore sneakers.
He wore sneakers.
They're like, get on some freaking ballroom shoes.
Derek did say that it worked for this dance.
Yes, and he has. He posted on Instagram when you first try on your Easter shoes, and I was like,
yes.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
So he has ballroom shoes for this week, and it's gonna be great. But yeah, they got a 16.
Yes, Bruno scored them high. Bruno loves Nelly and loves Daniella, obviously. So I'm excited to see what happens. Yeah. I think he's gonna come from behind and surprise us.
Oh yeah.
He is so willing to learn, and it was a good starting point. So like, even though they didn't score very high, I think he's one to watch, definitely.
Oh, definitely.
All right, moving from one Pashkov to the other. Pasha, dear sweet Pasha, we love you, and we're so sorry. Pasha's partner is
Carol Baskin. Okay, my first thing, watching her intro package. This woman, I love her, she's great. She showed a clip of herself using virtual reality, and I quote, to tone myself up. And she was literally, had her headset on, and she was just flailing her arms around with those little wands. Cracked me up. But she brought him a flower crown.
Yeah, she showed up in a flower crown with one for Pasha.
And he wore it while they danced.
He did, and it was just very sweet. She's also another one that's just super excited. She's like, I don't know why they chose me, but I'm so happy to be here.
I think she is the most excited this season.
For sure, one of them, yeah.
Definitely so happy to be there, having so much fun. She was just watching everyone's dances.
I mean, like, look at this exuberant grin. I mean,
my God, she was having so much fun.
Yeah, even when she wasn't dancing, she was just like so joyful. Because I genuinely think she does not realize like the effect that Tiger King has had, and like how many people know who she is. I don't think she really realizes it.
Yeah.
Which I kind of thought she would come in kind of jaded, like, oh yeah, of course Tiger King's the biggest show of the year, and so I'm here. I genuinely think she has no idea why they chose her.
I don't think so.
She just came in, she was just like, I can't believe I'm here. I've never done anything like this. I don't know why I'm going to LA, but I'm going to LA and it's gonna be so much fun. And so yeah, she did very poorly.
Okay, I will not say they did very poorly.
They did a paso doble that was not at all intense. That's poorly.
She did how I expected her to do the first week.
Fair. They did a paso doble to Eye of the Tiger, which paso is a weird first dance because that requires a lot of like control and strength.
And you don't have that your first week.
Yeah, so I mean, it would have made more sense for like, I don't know, someone like Nelly or
Johnny could have done a paso.
Johnny or Kaitlyn, like someone who AJ
probably could have done paso.
Someone who has like athletic or dance experience or just is like a more in shape human being to do a paso first.
Virtual reality got her tuned out.
Clearly,
she's in shape.
So a paso was a weird first choice. They were the only ones who pasoed this week. Eye of the Tiger, of course they had to pick that. There was no way they were picking anything else. They got an 11. Bruno low scored them. But everyone just seems excited that she's there, which I think, I was a little worried that it was gonna kind of turn into a joke. I was a little worried that they were gonna like kind of treat her like she was a joke, but they really didn't.
I will say, there was one moment right after the dance, they went to the panel and there's the TikTok song, right? Baskin, killed her husband, whacked him, that whole thing, right?
It's me.
Derek went, Carol Baskin, danced the paso, smashed it. And I don't think she knows that there's a TikTok song about her, because she was
worried
like,
for her to, I wanted her to go like, I thought she was gonna go straight face, and she was just like so happy, and I was like,
I don't think she knows that there's a TikTok
She has no idea that
her.
she's a TikTok trend. She's just very innocent and unaware, and I think her and Pasha get along really well. I think that it's gonna just be interesting. She's not gonna be here for a long time, but just here for a good time.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is this season. There was no voting or elimination this week. They all get to dance tomorrow. I'm really excited to see what goes down, how they do. From this first week, my bet for top 3, and every week we'll say who we think the top 3 is gonna be.
It might change.
And not the order in which they're gonna win until we get close to the end. I don't think I know the order. But I think the top 3 for me, the final 3, is going to end up being Kaitlyn and Artem, Neve and Jenna, Nelly and Daniella.
Okay. Mine is going to be Kaitlyn and Artem, Neve and Jenna, and Sky and Alan. Those are my top 3 as of this week.
As of week 1, that's what I'm saying. Not based off scores, just based on what I saw, what I think. I don't know much about ballroom dancing. Nope.
I know more than Kayla. I've taken 2 ballroom dance classes in college, but I still don't know a lot.
I mean, I know more about dance in general than you.
Okay, well.
But I think that's where I'm at. So yeah. Kaitlyn, who did I say? Kaitlyn, Neve, and Nelly. Kaitlyn, Neve, and Nelly.
All right.
Boom.
Week 1.
Week 1, done. I'm excited. Tomorrow we're gonna watch the episode and we'll record it the next day so our insights are more like fresh in our brains.
Yes.
But I just wanted to get this started. Next week's episode will be over on Kamryn's channel, so that'll be linked down below so you can find it. If you're new here, please click subscribe. I would love for you to stick around. I upload videos 2 to 3 times a week. And we'll talk to y'all on Kamryn's channel next week. Bye.
Bye.